Oh boy, time now for another episode of Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics, and continuing on with Shield Wizard comics, or comic whatever, the first issue, I believe. We're now into the third adventure for the wizard, but it's not the wizard himself. No, it's his ancestors back in the Revolutionary War. So here we go. Our country, in her intercourse with foreign nations, boy, I got news for you, buddy. There's a lot of that been going on. So much for George Washington. Anyway, with foreign nations, may she always be in the right, but our country, right or wrong. Yeah. Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, the wizard, the man with the super brain. So here we are. The wizard goes camping. Valley Forge, the testing crucible of American patriotism. Months of bitter cold, hardships, and inhuman sufferings upon such a groundwork of sacrifice and service, epitomized by General Washington and the wizard. Yeah, somehow I just forgot about that in the history books. Was our great democracy built? Yeah. George Washington helped, but come on. It was all the wizard. George Washington didn't build an airplane. The wizard did. Anyway,
the British troops are constantly harassing us, Blaine. We are ever on the defensive.
The Hudson Valley is one of our key positions. Is it well protected, Grover? By the way, we're in the house of Blaine Whitney. Grover, Blaine Whitney's brother, who is serving with George Washington, and the only living man to know the true identity of the wizard. Oh, I didn't know he realized that. Okay, yeah.
The defense of the West Point has... defense of West Point has been entrusted to Benedict Arnold.
Well, that'll work out. The wizard's super brain envisions Arnold's headquarters at West Point.
Here are the plans, Major Andre. If the English troops arrive quickly, they will take the Hudson Valley.
You will be well paid for these, General Arnold. Good Lord! Benedict Arnold has betrayed his country. Yeah, he seems like you would have caught on to that. Well, I guess he's seeing this in real time. He's not like psychic or whatever. He's just, I don't know. So anyway, he puts on a red mask and, oh my God, my brother was the wizard all along. I'm off for West Point, Grover.
I'll report Arnold's treachery to General Washington.
Again, the traitorous Ezra Sellers. He's still around? Haven't you guys figured this guy out? Crops up this time as an intermediary between Arnold and Major Andre. I'll follow you with English troops, Major, to make sure you get through. Hours later, Andre tries to sneak through the American sentry.
Show your passport, please. And it better be a vaccinated one.
Here it is.
Sorry, sir, these papers have to be checked.
But that's impossible. I'll have to...
Call my men out. Come out.
Oh, well, I don't know why you bothered with the fake papers and whatnot, but yeah, you got to check those IDs. If you allow a guy to go by with a fake ID, it's a $500 fine for every bottle of beer he... Anyway, meanwhile, the wizard appears. Whee! Good thing you fellows showed up. I was beginning to get a little rusty. Oh. You can't leave us. You're the host. So now so this time you got Sellers, right? And we're not going to see him again? The colonials soon subdue the redcoats. Here's the most important thing. We've got most of them. One of the escaping redcoats.
At least I'll get that blasted colonial wizard.
But fate takes a strange hand. The escape... Oh, okay, we're finally rid of Sellers. The escaping Ezra Sellers is killed instead as the bullet misses the wizard. These are vital... So much for that asshole. These are vital documents sold to the British by General Arnold.
Arnold, a traitor? We'll arrest him immediately.
But when the colonials arrive at Arnold's headquarters,
He's escaped, but he left behind his porn collection.
In the next year, good Lord, we're going to jump a year, okay. The wizard is everywhere, now with the famous charge of Mad Anthony Wayne. No relation to Bruce.
We'll die before surrender.
Fight on, men. I guess this line's remembered more than that one. Anywho, now bringing his super brain into play for invaluable information. What do you mean now? He's been doing it all along, but anyway. We would help the Americans if they would win just one decisive victory. We. Oh, so that's how they figured out they had to actually win something? Boy, you know, this whole thing's insulting.
We must have the support of the French armies.
Jesus Christ.
How you like my rifle?
Now side by side with General Gates as the British are routed.
Fight on, men.
I'm still working on my slogan, but the colonists' heroic struggle, aided by the wizard, spurred the French into a vital resolution. I believe the Americans will win, and am in favor of helping them. Yeah, because they wanted victory, so you thought, okay, it might be worth the investment because you really wanted to stick it to the British. So, you know, that's how that worked. General Washington is in council with his staff.
The French have agreed to send troops to meet us. They will arrive in Chesapeake Bay. We will prepare for a major attack against General Cornwallis' troops. Everything depends on victory.
Well, yeah. He just pulled out a dollar bill and tried to, yeah. Anyway, meanwhile, General Cornwallis also plans for the forthcoming battle.
England will send its fleet to prevent the French from arriving. We must try to split General Washington's army and defeat him quickly. Yes.
So anyway, but the wizard is not idle. His super brain is brought into play and sees. That's the English fleet. They will try to destroy the French fleet, or at least delay them. I must prevent that. You really needed some guy with supervision to see that. I mean, of course the British Navy was going to try to stop the French. Oh, boy. Anyway, the wizard hastens toward Chesapeake Bay. The steamboat I've invented ought to get me there in no time. What happened to all these inventions? So meanwhile, the French Admiral, de Grasse, sights the British fleet. Man the guns. The British are in sight. The French fleet becomes a hive of bustling activity as they prepare for battle. And with a badly drawn crew. But anyway, the decks are cleared for action as the two fleets maneuver for position. Bum, 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 bum. And the heavens are split with the thunder of cannon as the two mighty fleets attack. Yeah, I don't see where Wizard's warning helped any. I mean, this was going to happen whether he showed up or not. So anyway. There you go. Looks like someone's sinking. Oh. So anyway, aboard the English flagship.
By gad, we've got the Frenchmen on the run.
Again, the wizard to the rescue. I didn't get here a moment too soon. The wizard uncovered some miniature, seemingly harmless cannon. This miniature cannonball can sink the strongest battleship. The wizard's new device proves tremendously effective. He didn't just sink it, it disintegrated it. And it turned the crew into stick figures, see? A bullseye. The wizard weaves through the British fleet, leaving terrific havoc in its wake. So there we go. The English admiral is thunderstruck at this new turn of events.
What manner of devilish device is that?
I don't know, sir, and it's too small to hit. It's not that small. I mean, okay. The French admiral is quick to take advantage. It is the devil's work, that small boat, but it is on our side. Quick, follow up the attack. So, willing to be in league with the devil. All right. The English are soon routed, but a stray cannonball finds its mark, and the wizard's oh, so see, too small, huh? Well, if you hit it accidentally. The wizard's misfortune is seen by Admiral de Grasse. That valiant fighter has been destroyed. We must fire a salute in his honor. Well, fat lot of good that'll do. Anyway, the wizard is accorded the greatest honor of the sea. His ghost... okay. Even the English render the wizard full praise.
He's cost us this victory, but he fought with courage and the skill of 1,000 men.
Oh, look, he's not dead, but the wizard is far from dead. Phew, that shock almost finished me. Say, those salutes are from me. Thank heavens I'm around to see my own obituary. Meanwhile, at Yorktown, the battle between Washington and Cornwallis rages.
If help doesn't arrive soon, we're lost.
Well, guess what? The long-awaited help at last arrives. Freshened by the new troops, the American forces send blistering volleys into the English ranks. General Cornwallis, you can see I'm really into this, realizes that the game is up.
My troops are being slaughtered like sheep. I must surrender.
The British display the white flag, the sign of surrender. Yippee, we won! Hooray for Washington! Hooray for the French! Meanwhile, in the distance, our cause is won. I thank the Lord that I was permitted to be of service in the liberation of my country. So ends our saga on the first wizard. But this is only a sample of what is to come. Oh, God, please no. All of us are familiar with the stirring events that go to make up the traditions of our glorious country. Well, everybody used to know them. They don't really know them anymore. But what role did the first male child of the Whitney family play in the pattern of our history? Well, he did it all, apparently. A wizard is born, and the United States is one step nearer its goal. Don't fail to look for the next Shield Wizard Comics. Well, yeah, maybe we'll do that, and maybe we won't. Well, we'll see what we can do for the next exciting episode of Mr. Nailsin's Sunday Comics. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr. Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness, so many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.